Welcome back to another Waters Ironworks video. We're here at Pioneer Farms again, and I'm actually going to show you the project that we use for our date night class, which is making a heart out of a horseshoe. It's a pretty simple project. We have people who have never done any blacksmithing complete this in a couple hours. If you've got some experience blacksmithing, these things are very quick to make. And there's a lot that you can do with them. As you can see, making them into chains, you can make them into trivets, just a whole variety of different things that you can do. So we'll get this heated up. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to spread this out a little bit, and then we're going to work here on the point, trying to get a nice sharp point on these so that we've got a good bottom to our heart. And then we'll draw out these ends a little bit and round them over, and you've got a heart. So like I said, the first thing we need to do is spread this open a little bit so that we can get down there to the middle. One easy way to do that, just grab it, spread it open a bit in the hardy hole. We don't need to go crazy with this. Straighten that back out. What we want to be able to do is the classic drop it on your anvil stand, is get in here so that we can put the center of our horseshoe right there on the edge of the anvil. I've lost my heat here, but we've got this spread wide enough. I'm going to flatten it out here. We'll get this hot again, focusing our heat here in the middle, and we'll go in and we'll put in that point. We're going to bring it out onto the horn of the anvil, try and line it up with the middle of the horseshoe here. Ooh, I can get a good grip with the tongs. And then we're going to come down and we're going to hammer some kind of half on, half off blows, bringing this to a sharp point. We swing it around, grab it from the other side, put that point there again. Take one more pass at it from this side. I like these hearts to have a pretty sharp point on them. It is a somewhat of an aesthetic choice and a skill choice, but I think that's starting to look pretty good till I mess it up. There we go. So now we've got the bottom of our heart. The next step is going to be to draw out these ends, and then we're going to curl them around. So let's get one end hot and we'll work on that. We'll flatten this out a little bit here so we can get to the end. Just going to draw this out. I like to keep the holes for the horseshoe nails in good shape, so I'm really going to focus here just on the end. Trying to draw this out, make it look nice. I think that's looking pretty good. It's got a good curve to it. I do want to kind of take a look. So from the end of the line for the horseshoe nails, we're most of the way across the Pritchell hole there. I want these to line up on both sides and be relatively even. So taking this sort of measurement can help get an idea so I can test the next one to make sure they're the same length without having to go to something like calipers to really get a good clean measurement. Heat up the other side, do the same thing. We have both ends drawn out now. We've gotten it to what I call evil mustache stage. And the next thing that we need to do is come in and start bending these around again. So we're going to heat up this section We're going to put a pretty sharp bend on the end because we want that to curve in the most, and then we'll do a little bit less of a bend going around the rest of it. We'll get this one mostly in shape. We'll flip over to the other side, and then we'll even them up. Here to the horn of the anvil, bend this first part in quite a bit here. Right, this is going to be the interior part of our heart. Keep this nice and straight. Bend it over a little bit more here. Come back here, straighten it out. Give it a couple hits this way also. We can see that's starting to look pretty heart-shaped. Maybe not 100% even in our bend right here, but for right now, I think I'm good with the way this looks. I want to bring this other side over and keep them relatively even as I'm doing this, so I can make sure the two halves of my heart, both are going to look the same. Same thing again. Start closing these up a little bit. This side's looking a little nicer than the other side. Got too much of a kink in there, so I'm going to want to pull that out. I think first thing I'm going to do though is heat up this middle and close it up from the middle, bringing all of this stuff a little tighter together. Bring this to the face of the anvil. Give it a couple taps there. So now it's pretty clear what we've got going on, and that is we need to bring these points in a little bit further. So we're going to heat those up and maybe put them over the horn, maybe grab a twisting scrolling tongs. I'll think about that as we've got it in the fire. Let's see if we can just grab these securely is going to be the big challenge here. That's not going to work. All right, we'll do it on the anvil. Bring that in a little bit more. Same thing here on the other side. There we go. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. So, looking at this, I got this side a little bit longer than this side. You can tell that because this one's bent more. It's coming a little bit further down. But overall, it's not too bad. They're relatively even. I've got a pretty good sharp point on the bottom of it. A little bit of a miserrant hammer blow right there. But you can definitely tell it was originally a horseshoe. You can see those hole marks. It's nice, relatively symmetrical. This is a pretty good heart. So there you go. Heart out of a horseshoe. Very simple, easy project. Again, we teach this in our date night class out here, so we take a couple people who've never done any blacksmithing before and walk them through this project, and they always have a great time with it. I hope you guys enjoy this and it inspires you to go out there and do some blacksmithing. Happy forging, and I'll see you again soon.